Hello, teacher. Hello, everyone. My name is Samuel Torres. This is my ID card. Today, I would like to present my homework of the signature academic reading and writing too. So, strategies to summarize information effectively. I would like to present two strategies. I use it in order to summary two articles. So, first, what we do when a original text like this is presented. Okay, for summarize this, we need to avoid information that isn't relevant. And as we are in a academic field, we also need to put credits and some important information. So we need strategies for this. First strategy we're gonna analyze is this, the SAC method. First, we state the topic. In this case, AI tools for self-directed EFL learning. Then we assigned the author or authors with APA. It's very important. The action that we are considering that the author or authors are doing with that information. And then we complete with some with the core ideas that we could observe previously. For this, we need to read and understand very well the information. It's the first part, actually, before the method. Then the second strategy is the 5Ws, 1H. It's more of that questions or understand correctly the information. So are questions like who, it's referring to the authors in this case, what the paragraph or the topic is trying to talk, when could be the year of publication, where in this case I put it the place, but we need to consider that not all the questions are relevant to answer. So then why, in this case, to determine how AI contributes to language skill development. Very important to know in the why and how. That's basically the methods. In this case, they use a descriptive research designed with questionnaires. So, but how we summary a huge entire article? First, we need to take into account the parts of that article. In this case, an academic article has abstract, introduction, methods, results, conclusion, also, of course, references. But we need to take in mind this because for summary a entire article, we need to see in parts. For example, this is my summary of the first article. I choose this the bringing the gap, how AI tools support self-directed EFL skills development inside the classroom. And well, this is the final paragraph, final huge paragraph. But actually, this is the way I think it for doing this. As you could see, first context, then the purpose. We could add the author in here, as you could see in the green part. So we need to first state the context, and we need to understand after read the information. For the context, I choose it for the introduction, the first and second paragraph, maybe. The purpose, I found it in the abstract, the method, obviously in the method part, but not, for example, the first information put in the method is not very important as the as the third paragraph, as you could see. The results, not all the tables presented are very important in order to reach that knowledge. In this case, the second and the fourth table were enough. The conclusions, well, choose one mainly conclusion of that, or conclusion that reinforce that main conclusion. In the same way, this is the second the paragraph. In this case, the of the another article, critical thinking in the AI era, an exploration on of EFL students' perception, benefits, and limitations. This is a article that does the counterpart. So this is the huge part of, but this is how we think in order to summary this. In the same way, the context we could take it for the introduction, different parts of the introduction. The purpose in this case, in the last example, I choose it for the abstract. In this case, for the introduction, also the last part of the introduction, the method. In this case, the method was divided in three parts: the research design, the participants, and the instrument. All important in order to understand and summarize the results in the same way. And finally, the conclusions. After reading, we need to understand, then do the summary. So this was my effort to this activity. Thank you so much. This is the two articles I based my information. So thank you so much, and thank you.